Hi guys, my name is Andrea. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'll guide you through a new yoga practice which will focus on flexibility. So if you're worried that you're getting stiff, this practice is for you. It will get a ton of conscious movements, especially in terms of mobility and for our joints. We'll start in a comfortable seated position. It can be cross-legged as I am, or it can be in Virasana, meaning sitting on our knees and on our heels. And here, let's really try to find a moment to relax, letting go of our tensions, thoughts, things we have to do during the day or during the night. Let's really try to get back to the present moment. We are here on the mat, ready to practice, honoring our body, our mind, and our breath. And let's take the chance here to set an intention for today's class. So you can think about a specific word or a phrase for your intention. Long inhales through the nose and exhales through the nose. Good. The next inhale, open your eyes, and let's start. So we can get into hands and knees first of all. Let's begin by heating up our body. So let's do some cat-cows here. We can inhale, look forward, open the chest, open your heart, and then exhale around the spine, gaze towards the navel. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, around the spine. Inhale. Exhale. You can try to go at your own rhythm here. So if today you're feeling that you should go faster, always following the rhythm of your breath, you probably should do it. Or if you really want to take your time to feel all of the areas of your body while doing cat-cows, you can slow it down. And then back to neutral. So from neutral, what we'll do now is we'll put the weights on our left hand and open up our right elbow towards the sky. Inhale here and exhale, thread the needle. So bring your arm, your hand below your left until your right shoulder touches the mat. And again, inhale, open up towards the right, extend the right side of your body, and exhale, thread the needle in. Inhale one last time. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale back to neutral, and we switch sides. So inhale, bring the left elbow towards the sky, open up the left side of your body, and exhale, thread the needle towards the right. Inhale again, open up, exhale. Inhale, open, exhale, back to neutral. Good. So from here, what we'll do is basically place our left knee in the center of the mat, and then the right knee just in front of the left. Okay, so we are in this position, and then we'll flip both hands with the fingers pointing towards our legs. Okay, and in this position, we'll start creating some small clockwise circles with our hips. Those circles can be small, feeling really all of the areas of our body from 12 to 3 to 6 to 9 o'clock. And we can try to perceive if there are some areas which are more stiff than others, where we shake the waters of our body, our kidneys. We are heating our body up since we are at the beginning of the class, starting with the lower floor, where our kidneys, our waters are. And then we can go a bit faster here. For 5 more, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to center. Then we'll come to the other side. So in order to do it, we'll point the toes, we'll flip both hands in front of us, and then from here, we'll rise both knees, okay? So we can even jump a little bit, moving our knees up and down, and then we'll move in the only possible way, which is towards the left, keeping our feet where they are until we reach back the front of our mat. We can drop our hands and our knees, and here we go. Our left knee is on top of the right. So again, here, as we did earlier, we can flip both hands with the finger pointings our knees, and then from here we can start counterclockwise circles. And you can perceive here, always looking forward, if there is any difference in this direction. And probably you'll find some areas which are harder, and that's where we will point our direction and our focus. And we keep going for 4 more, 3, 2, 1, back to center. Good. We can flip both hands in front of us and then come down back into our regular hands and knees. Good. So make sure you have your right hands and knees, meaning that both shoulders are stacked over the wrists and your hips are stacked over your knees. If you want to check the distance between your hands, you can always rotate both hands and make sure that the middle fingers touch. And then get back with your fingers pointing forward. Okay, so from hands and knees, what we'll do now is we'll place our weight onto our left leg, and from here we'll rise up towards the back of the mat, our right leg. Good. So far, so good. Then we'll move the right foot towards the left, coming to the left side of the room, and our gaze will go towards my right foot. And then we can breathe here. Couple of breaths, feeling the opening of our body. Then rise the foot up and bring it all the way to the right, rotating it slowly till we reach the alignment of our hips. Beautiful. So we can stay here, couple of breaths. And then slowly we bring the right knee behind the left knee. And as we did earlier, we can flip both hands and make some clockwise spins with our hips. Just a few, don't worry. I know we already did them, but this practice is all about joints, mobility, and flexibility. So I hope you enjoy them. Then from here, flip both hands forward, tuck your toes, and come into your first downward dog of the day with crossed legs. Beautiful. So press with your hands to the floor, elevate your hips. Of course, your knees are bent here. With your next inhale, we come forward into upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, and then back to hands and knees, uncrossing your legs. Beautiful. We repeat on the other side. So from hands and knees, look forward, extend the left leg behind you, and with the next exhale, place the left foot to the right, all the way to the right, and your gaze goes towards your left foot. Beautiful. You can stay here. We can feel actually the left side of the body opening while we breathe through the nose in this pose. Long inhales and long exhales. And with the next inhale, rise your foot up and bring it this time all the way to the left, aligned to your hips. And with the next inhale, bring your left knee behind your right. And as we did earlier, because with repetition we get revelations, we can flip both hands towards our legs, and from here make counterclockwise circles. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Flip both hands in front of you. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Release both legs to a regular downward facing dog. Fantastic. So from downward dog, with the next inhale, step your right foot in between your hands. And from here, press with your left hand to the floor and open up your right arm towards the sky. Breathe here. If this is not accessible for you, you can always drop your left knee to the floor. Otherwise, you can raise it. Good. Exhale. Drop your hand to the floor, and this time you can bring your right hand inside the right foot, okay? And you can simply stay here, or you can try lizard pose. So you can actually come down into your forearms, opening up a bit your right foot towards 2 o'clock, and stay in this position. If this is not accessible, as usual, you can always try a modify by releasing your left knee to the floor. And 3, 2, 1. This time we release the left knee to the floor. We rise up on our hands and we create a big circle, inhaling with the right arm towards the sky. I bend the left knee and I can grab, if this is accessible today, of course, the left ankle with my right hand. And so we are twisting in this position. With each inhale we rise, with each exhale we twist. And inhale, back to center, and back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. We'll repeat to the other side. So inhale, left foot in between your hands. Your right knee can stay where it is, or it can drop. And inhaling, we'll rise the left hand towards the sky. In this twist, in this rotation, let's try to open our chest here. You can stay with your knee elevated if you want something more challenging for you today. Make sure you pay attention to your left knee, which should be bent 90 degrees angle. And 3, 2, 1. Then drop the right knee, bend the right leg, and this time you can go directly into our final pose here. I mean, not final for the practice, but of this piece of practice, this little sequence. Inhale, come back with your hands at the beginning of the mat. So we repeat to the other side. So inhale, look forward, step your left foot in between your hands, and this time we can open up with your left hand towards the sky. Make sure that you're looking forward so that your neck is not bent, you're not creating pressure on your neck. And make sure also that your left knee is 90 degrees angle with the floor. Good. So exhale. Bring your hand down, and as we did earlier, we can try lizard pose. So your left foot will come at 10 o'clock. We can stay in our hands, or we can drop, if our body allows it, on our forearms. And as usual, we can stay here, or if this is not accessible for us, we can drop the right knee to the floor. And just breathe here, feeling the left side of your hips and the internal part of your quads releasing and opening. And 3, 2, 1. Release the right knee to the floor. Come up onto your hands. Bring your right hand below your right shoulder. And with the left hand, create a big circle towards the sky and grab your right foot in this twist towards the left. If you're not allowed to grab your ankle, you can simply stay with your left foot to the floor, to the mat, and place your left hand on top of the left knee. Good. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. You can pedal a bit your dog here. And you can really decide if this downward dog should be with your legs bent, so really trying to draw your hips towards the sky, so you're staying on the ball of your foot, or you can even try to drop one heel after the other towards the mat, walking your dog, and finally at the end trying the pose with both heels towards the floor. This is really up to you guys, but I really suggest to explore your body. So both variations actually work differently, and they're both helpful for you. So either the one with your knees bent, creating contact between your quads and your belly, and the one with your heels towards the mat. Even though in Katona Yoga, how the downward dog is usually, it's conceived with your knees bent, with your hips towards the sky, and the position is really waiting on the lower side of the body. So we should not feel pressure on our shoulders, on the upper side of your body. Good. So this time, inhale, come forward. I was trying to distract you, of course. And exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank, forward. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank, X dog. In, plank, X dog. in, plank, X, dog, in, X, in, X, in, X, and 3, 2, 1, back to downward dog, and down. Let's take some small steps with our feet towards our hands. Now, from here, let's make sure that we have a hip distance between both feet. And from here, we can really make sure that the distance between our feet is the correct one by making two fists, one next to the other, and make sure that the distance between the feet, between the arches of the feet, is the same one. Good. So we can stay here in a forward fold. If this is accessible for you, I really suggest to bend the knees here, creating contact between the quads and the belly. And then we can grab with the left hand the right ankle, and with the right hand the left ankle. So we should all have the left arm below the right. And from here, with the next inhale, we can release the left arm, sweep it back and up towards the sky, creating a big circle, and then place it back on top of the right ankle. Then we release the right hand, we scoop it back and up towards the sky, creating a big circle, expanding, and then placing it back on top of the left ankle. And then we can start going swimming at our own rhythm, as if you guys were in the ocean, right? So really creating space and perceiving all the direction, all the points in this twist, which will help us with mobility. Nice. And you can even start to go a bit faster here. And then 3, 2, 1. Good. Forward fold. And then from forward fold, gently, one vertebra at a time, we rise up to standing. Make sure that your head is the last thing moving until we reach a standing position, Tadasana. From Tadasana, let's take one step in front of your mat, and from here, inhale, rise both hands towards the ceiling, and exhale, forward fold, bending your knees. Inhale, look forward, exhale, downward facing dog. The next inhale, look forward, step the right foot in between your hands, release the left knee, release the left foot. And then from here, exhale, we extend the right leg and we come backwards with our hips. We can stay on our fingertips with our hand. And then inhale, come back forward. We can do this a couple of times more. Two more. Good. And then from here, what we'll do is making things a bit harder. So with the next inhale, we'll rise both hands. Both hands will grab opposite elbows. Then from here, exhaling, we can extend the right leg, coming forward with our chest. Inhale, come up, rise, extend, exhale, round, extend the right leg. Inhale, in arch, look up, exhale, round, forward. Inhale, in arch, exhale, back. You can place this time both hands to the side of your right foot. Inhale, look forward. And this time from here, let's make sure that your right knee is actually inside of your right armpit. And from here, we can start shuffling and spinning towards the right in a clockwise direction, both your right knee and your right armpit, creating contact. Good. Tuck your left foot and then come back into downward facing dog. Beautiful, fantastic, guys. Couple of breaths here in downward facing dog. You can stay with your heels on the ground, or you can actually flex both knees to really try contact between your quads and your belly. And with your next inhale, look forward, step your left foot in between your hands. Good. Release the right knee to the ground, and then from here, inhale, look forward, and exhale, extend the left leg. Inhale, look forward, exhale, round, extend the left leg. Inhale, look forward, exhale, extend the left leg. Inhale, look forward. This time we can rise up with both hands towards the sky, grabbing the opposite elbows. Inhale here, and exhale, round your spine, extend the left leg. Inhale, look up, extend, exhale, round. Inhale, look up, exhale, round, and one more. Inhale, look up, exhale, round. Both hands to the floor. Come back to neutral here, but before changing pose, you can actually try to create contact between your left knee and the left armpit. And as we did earlier, this time we can start creating some counterclockwise circles starting from our hips. Good. Then look forward, tuck your right foot, and then come back into downward facing dog. You can pedal your dog a bit here, and then do some small steps with your feet towards your hands and with your hands towards your feet. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold with your knees bent. You can actually grab the opposite elbows with your hands. And then slowly you can even start to extend a bit the back of your legs. So you can press with your feet towards the ground and really try to explore a bit the back part of your body. So how does it react when you try to create space here? So you can totally stay with your knees completely bent. That's totally fine. Or you can try to come with your weight on the balls of your feet and try to extend a bit the legs, the back of your legs, without pushing too hard, just to see what kind of sensation you feel, what kind of tension And you can always try to find the sweet spot between complete relaxation and a very bit of tension. Then place your hands on the floor. Inhale, look forward. And then start to squat down into Malasana if this is accessible for you. And then directly seated on the floor. Good. So I'll turn towards the camera now. What we can do is actually open your legs. So the size of the opening here doesn't really matter as long as you're comfortable sitting in this position. So both sitting bones should be touching your mat and this posture should be accessible. So if it's not, you can actually bend a bit your knees or reduce the distance between your feet. That's totally fine. If not, if you want something more challenging for you today, you can even try to open a bit more the stance between both feet. And then from here, we inhale, we rise up with our chest, and exhale, we can place both hands in front of us. And with each breath, we come up, inhaling, and exhaling, we can drop our forearms to the ground. If this is accessible for us, if not, we can stay with our hands on the ground. I suggest you to look forward because this helps you maintaining your spine elongated and really focus on your breath here. You will notice that with each exhale, your body will release a bit more and you'll be able to move forward and downwards with time and with practice. Then inhale and slowly come back to seated. And this time we'll move into Janusirsasana, which is super helpful for flexibility, especially for the lower part of your body. So I'll show it to you in this direction. You can simply stay as you were earlier. What we'll do is that we'll keep the left foot and the left leg as they are, and you can bring the sole of the right feet at the top of your internal quad. So you really should touch with your heel part of your perineum. So this should be helpful. If you have troubles with your right knee, you can place a blanket or even a block below your right knee. And from here we can place both hands to the side of the left leg. We can inhale and look forward and exhale. Let's try to create this fold movement from our hips. So we're not rounding the spine is straight. And if this is where our body arrives today, it's fantastic. We can stay here and keep focusing on our breath. Long inhales and long exhales through the nose. Or if we notice that with each breath we can move a bit further, or you're already intermediate with your practice, we can actually drop our front body towards the left leg, and we can help ourselves by placing both hands behind our left foot, and we can even grab with the right hand the left wrist, okay? And from here we can look forward, expand our back, and exhaling, drop our entire front body and head towards our leg. Inhale slowly, just look forward. So you're just moving your head. And then with the next inhale, we can slowly come back to seated. And from here we can switch sides. So basically bring the right knee to our chest, extend the right leg, bend the left knee, and open the left knee to the side. As earlier, if you need any modification of Janu Sirshasana, please do it. If not, we breathe in, rise up with our body, look forward, exhale, bow forward. We can stay here, concentrating on our breath, perceiving the small variations of our body, which even though it doesn't appear so, you can even do small progresses just by breathing into this pose. Otherwise, if you have space today, you can inhale, and with each exhale, shorten the distance between your chest and your right leg. Don't forget to avoid rounding our spine, so you can round it, but just at the very end of the pose. You should not force it. And then grab your right wrist with your left leg. And with each exhale, try to release your entire upper body onto your right leg. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, slowly release the pose. Good, so you can release both legs. We can actually shake them up a little bit. Good, and then from here, let's get back into our mat with our entire back, entire body is on our mat. Good, we're approaching the end of the class, but before that, we will stretch the areas of our body which have been working the most today. So first of all, we'll rise up our right knee, and with our left hand, let's take our right knee and drive it towards the left. At the same time, we can open our right arm towards the right, and our gaze goes towards our right hand. Inhale back to center. Release the right leg towards the ground. Bend the left. And let's do it to the opposite side. So right hand that drives the left knee towards the right. Breathe here in this pose. Inhale back to center. And then, as you prefer, it can be with an impulse or simply turning towards the right. we can get back to seated. I chose the second option. Good. So actually, we can get seated in Virasana if this is available for you. If not, you can stay in cross leg. So we can sit on our heels, and ideally, if you have a block or a blanket, you can place it in between your feet. This should help to the position, and this is a good position, a good posture, because it helps you to lean forward a bit. So it helps you really stay with your chest open and with your shoulders aligned to your hips. And from here, since it's the end of the class, I want to leave you today with a bit of an energizing breathing technique. Okay? So, what we'll do, first of all, is placing both hands with your fingers interlaced behind our head. Good. And from here, we will inhale to the left and exhale through the right. And of course, the rhythm here is up to you, but of course, the idea is to really re-energize yourself after this practice. So ideally, it should go a bit with a rhythm, a bit fast. So this is how it should go. In, X, in, X, in, X, in, X. And you can follow along, of course. I'll tell you when we switch to the next exercise. In, X, in, X, in, X, in, X. Faster, faster. Move, move. In, X, in, X. You can stay with your eyes closed, of course. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Keep your eyes closed. Open them up. This time we'll follow right away with another one, which will be inhale, open your chest, open your elbows, look up, exhale, round the spine, and close your elbows one towards each other. In, X. In, you can stay with your eyes closed here as well. X. In. In, X. In, X. In, X. Speed up the rhythm here. In, X. In, X. In, X. Let's really try to clean everything in our lungs with new air, with fresh air, a fresh perspective on life, on the present moment. And in, X. In, X will count up to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Long inhale through the nose. Exhale, release both hands and place them on your laps. You can stay with your eyes closed here. Really try to perceive all the sensations, your breath, your joints. If something has changed since the beginning of the practice, how does your mind feel? Does it has more clarity, lightness, softness? Try to pay attention to those kind of sensations now. Just take a moment here. And come back to the initial intention of the practice. That word or that phrase. And give it a bit of awareness just for a moment. Then place both hands in front of you in prayer mode, with your thumbs touching your chest. Inhale. Expand your lungs. Exhale. Bow your head towards your hands. And inhale. Bring your head forward and slowly open your eyes. Thank you guys. Thank yourself for practicing with me today. I really hope you enjoyed the practice. And of course, feel free to leave a comment below. I'm really curious to know what you think about this practice. It's very useful for me since I'm at the beginning of my yoga journey on YouTube. And of course, I'll see you soon for the next practices on the mat. Namaste. Ciao.